your man shares location with you 24/7, but he won't wear a body cam to provide reassurance, I think you should start a fight.
If your mate is so insecure that they require you to have to give them your location 24/7, or you got to wear a body cam, you need to leave that relationship. It's plain and simple. I can go on and on and on and on and on about this type of situation. I can give you examples out of my own life. I can give you examples out of other people's lives. If your mate needs to be reassured of the integrity of your relationship, that you have to wear a body cam or even have to give them your location 24 hours, you need to be in another relationship. You need to end that relationship. Let me tell you a quick story. So I was once in this relationship where the young lady, she wanted me to turn on my Google locations, and I refused to. Now, here's the thing. At first, I didn't even know that you could do that. So at first, it was on, but I didn't know that if the person had, let's say, the ability to gain access to my emails, that email allowed them to then see where my location was at any given time frame at the day of the day. If there was another setting that allowed for my Google search engine, it always pinpointed where I would search, where I was at when it was search. So, and that makes sense because if you said, cigar lounges near me, it needs to know where your location was. So if you have your Google location thing turned on, and if a person can access you in any form of your email or something like that, they know where you are. Now, at first, I've never had an issue with this. I've never thought about it. It wasn't even something that was considered as part of my lifestyle until statements started being made. Statements like, "Where are you?" And I would say where I am, and I had no problem saying that. And then other statements start coming like, "Why were you over in this part of town?" Or "Why were you in that part of town?" And I started wondering, like, how in the hell did they know I was even in that part of town? Not that I had anything to hide. It was, why in the hell? How would they know that? And so it started bothering me. And then I realized this person was checking up on me. This person was going through my emails. This person was deleting people on my Facebook account that they thought was too pretty to be on my Facebook, or they thought, "Oh, I wowed a picture of theirs 5 years ago before I met you, and you got a problem with that person now." You see, that's a level of insecurity within another person that they are then pushing off on you. Now, I understand that certain people they open up their locations to other people. My daughters and my son don't mind opening up their locations to me because if something ever happens to them, I know at least where to begin calling some of my Marine friends and Navy SEAL friends. I know where to at least start calling them to say, "Here's the last clue." Got it. That makes sense. Safety reasons for children or even for your own spouse. I understand that to a certain degree, but it's all about how a person uses it that then becomes the problem. When they start questioning you and trying to see if you're going to lie, start questioning you to see if you're out there doing something you're not supposed to do. Like if I decided, oh, last night, I was supposed to meet some guys who are in town and we were supposed to go to this place called Horizons and More here in San Antonio. And the guys were too tired. They didn't go, but I just told my wife where we was going to go. It's a bar, restaurant, club kind of place. Well, it's not even a restaurant. They got food outside, but it's a bar club. I'm not particularly fond of clubs, but I got guests, so I'll go. Just, I don't mind telling them where I'm going. No problems whatsoever. But when it's more of a, "Oh, I'm finna run over here to Cigar International, pick up a couple of things, and maybe on my way back, I stop somewhere else or I take the long route back or something like that." And if there's a question like, "Well, why did you take this route? Why did you take longer? Where were you?" Hell no. And then to wear a body cam because they want to see who you talk to, what type of interactions you had with people, Was there a woman involved? Was there another man involved? You see, that type of bullshit is an insecurity that that person have about themselves. And if you want to submit yourself to that childlike behavior and be treated like a child, then go right ahead. But no relationship is worth the headache, the agony of having to deal with that kind of mentality, to always be mindful of, oh, if somebody asks me for direction, if it's a woman, I better run. If I go into a place of business and the person working there is a woman, no, let me ask for a dude. Come on, we grown. And if you are an untrustworthy person where somebody feels that way towards you, then that person should have never gotten into a relationship with you in the first place. If you uh, messed up the trust and the person wants you to go through those kinds of situations, it's better to just end it, because they're never going to trust you. And all they're doing is establishing a level of control over you. So it's no point in doing it. Realize your mistake, learn from it. In the next relationship, just don't make the same mistake. Have better discernment about the person you choose to be with, and don't make the same mistakes. Don't sit there and pay penance over and over and over and over again, simply because this person now wants to hold that power over you. And if you feel that way about someone, why would you want to be in a relationship with someone that you absolutely do not trust? Someone that you have to treat them like a child, that you have to go over hours of recorded tape in order to see where they were and who they talked to. That is too much energy for a relationship that is doomed to fail at the end of the day. That is too much of a disturbance of my peace and my happiness. And the reason why I left that relationship that was like that wasn't because I did anything. I didn't do anything. But I left because you stole my peace. And when you steal my peace, my heart is returned back to me, because you cannot maintain my heart when you have stolen my peace. And trying to control a person like that is never going to work. So if you find yourself to be the type of person that this woman is, I'm going to suggest that you go get some counseling. You go get some coaching. If you're in that type of situation, I don't care what all the extra things that are going on around the situation, you need to leave that situation, because you're never going to find peace and you're never going to have happiness. There definitely is greener grass on the other side. So with that, what do you guys think? And always remember, you have to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibrations.